you. But trust me. Of all the
In the morning of the movie, we're shown the main character Jigsaw. Actually, he wasn't feeling well. Then, his brain was being checked because he'd brain cancer. He gets up and asks the nanny, "How is my condition now? Is there any enhancement?" To which the nanny, while unconscious, says, "No, your condition is still the same." After which Jigsaw was shown with other cancer cases, including the proprietor of a hostel, and he was veritably upset about his cancer. After a many days, the croaker calls Jigsaw to himself and says, "Your cancer is adding day by day, because of which you'll die veritably soon." Knowing this, he was veritably upset. But also, when he went to the sanitarium to drink water, he sees a girl who was stealing the watch and ring of a dead case. The coming moment, that boy is shown to us in a place, trapped in the trap of Jigsaw, because this is the work of Jigsaw. He traps similar people in trap who do wrong effects in their life. In these delicate traps, he gives some time to escape. Also, he asks the trapped person to give up a part of his figure, meaning that person has to remove off any part of his figure and separate. Still, if that person has done this before time, also he'll be saved. Else, his death is certain, because he thinks this is the right way to educate people at assignment. Anyway, now pipes were installed on that boy's eyes through a machine, and the hands were also tightly tied to the president. Now, then Jigsaw tells him through recording that the pipes that are installed on your eyes, through which your eyes will be pulled. Still, also you have 3 twinkles if you want to escape from this. There's a button under one of your hands, and all the fritters of the other hand are tied with small machines. What you have to do is press the button and break your 5 fritters one by one, and that is it. With this, his 3 name-a-second time starts. Now the boy, as soon as he presses the button, his 2 fritters break, but he suffered a lot in this thing, began to suffer pain. Because of this, his time is over, and because he didn't complete his task on time. So the coming moment, his eyes are pulled from the pipe, and he went down from the pipe. Now this story came back when Jigsaw was watching the boy robbery. Actually, all this was going on in Jigsaw's mind. But if this boy will steal, also, I'll trap him in the same way. But as soon as the girl saw Jigsaw, he left without stealing. After a week, Jigsaw was sitting in the hostel and doing his work when the proprietor of the hostel came, who had also started working now. Both were veritably happy to meet each other. Jigsaw said to him that you're looking much better, like your oak now, on which the proprietor of the hostel replies that yes, it's like this. Now I'm really fine, because I took the help of a platoon of croakers. They treated me, and see, moment I'm in front of you, absolutely fine. My treatment is actually a son of an elderly croaker. Her name is Gabrielle. She and her platoon did it. Jigsaw says that give me some adressect. I also want to take their help. The proprietor of the hostel says that yes, why not? They work in Norway. They will call you nearly for treatment. Saying this, he takes Jigsaw to their website and gives, saying that you'll be fine soon. After a while, Jigsaw sees the interview of the elderly croaker Gabrielle's pater on the internet, in which she was telling that this is our own process to cure cancer. She tells all the way then, which croakers actually tell to treat cancer. Seeing this, Jigsaw felt that this means that these people really treat veritably well. After telling this, the croaker tells about his son's website. After checking this, Jigsaw got the videotape of Gabrielle, in which she was telling that I only treat cancer, along with my platoon of croakers, and this system was made by my pater. But yes, there's a little problem in this, because our treatment is cheaper than the treatment of common cancer. That is why the government doesn't allow us to do this treatment intimately. So we've to do the treatment intimately. After a while, Jigsaw mails them. Also, he got a call in response. And after that, it's from Gabrielle. Sir, if you want to get treated, also put your name in the verified cases. On which he says yes. Also, Gabrielle says, okay, Joe, I'll give you the details of my account, in which you shoot 2.5 lakh bones, and you have to come to Mexico to get treated. And also the coming day, Jigsaw left for Mexico. Also, a girl came to the door, who was the caretaker of the house, means she took care of the house, and she brings Jigsaw and his stuff outside. After which Jigsaw met Gabrielle. She welcomes him nicely and says, let me introduce you to my other platoon. Saying this, she took him to a plant, where she treats people with her associates. Inside, Jigsaw first met a croaker, who was preliminarily a case of Gabrielle, but after treating him, Gabrielle joined her platoon, after which she introduces him to two further manly croakers and a nanny. Also, he and Jigsaw start talking to each other. Gabrielle asks him, "What do you do?" Jigsaw says that I'm a mastermind. Piecemeal from this, I also help people. After hearing this, he was veritably impressed. Now at night, when Jigsaw was sleeping, he started hearing noises from outdoors. When he went outdoors, he saw a little boy there trying to fix his cycle. Now Jigsaw helps him, during which they came veritably good musketeers because Jigsaw fixed his cycle. Now Jigsaw's operation is being prepared, in which he starts doing his operation unconsciously and hearkening, in which the aft part of his head was being removed. Surgery was being done. Before his death, he was suitable to see all this in the camera, and so his operation was completed. After 2 days, he came to his senses, where Gabrielle came to meet him. "Congratulations, the operation was successful, and your cancer is now gone. And now your reports are also fully normal." Then Jigsaw himself looks at his report. Also, Gabrielle says that now you have to take drug from us, with the help of which you'll be absolutely fine. After hearing this, Jigsaw was veritably happy, and after telling all this, Gabrielle leaves from there. And after leaving from there, Jigsaw travels the whole Megacity, during which he was also taking drug and was also making a plan how to put people in traps, where he'd also made a full sketch of his traps. Now, after many days, he went to meet Gabrielle, but when he came home, he saw that there was no bone then. He also went to his plant, where everything was also destroyed. Then in the computer, Jigsaw watches the videotape of Gabrielle's pater, in which he was telling the system of operation that we remove from the reverse of the head and do such an operation. Now this videotape was the same that was shown to Jigsaw while doing his operation, due to which he misdoubted then, "Is it wrong with me? Did he do my operation or not?" Allowing this, he opened the girth of his head, where there was no sign of the operation crack, due to which Jigsaw understood that he also made a fool of me and pillaged me, because of which he got veritably angry, and he doesn't feel to break there. Now Gabrielle's motorist was shown to us in his auto, where a new passenger comes and sits in the auto, but he puts a cloth on the motorist's face and makes him unconscious. When he came to his senses, he could tie himself with a rope, and both his hands were also wrapped with tape recording, and he was screaming loudly when Jigsaw came in front of him. Seeing this, the motorist got angry. He said, "Open me, else I'll kill you." Now Jigsaw opened him, but when he moved forward, he couldn't come out of there. In fact, a tape recording archivist came in front of him, in which Jigsaw says that "I know. You pretended to be a fake croaker in Gabrielle's platoon and did my operation, and you're also with them and sacking people, whose discipline you're going to get moment. You have 3 twinkles. I've put losers on both your hands. Now within 3 twinkles, you'll have to remove both your hands. Else, after 3 twinkles those losers will burst, in which you'll also burst and die along with your hands, with which his time has started." Now the motorist, with great difficulty, bearing the pain, removes both his hands, because both the hands had sharp tools, due to which a lot of blood was also exfoliate, and he was also in a lot of pain. Removes both his hands and throws them down, and because he completed his task before the time was over, that is why he's saved from being removed. Along with the lemon, only his both hands burst. Now Jigsaw calls his mate and says that "I've come to know about a fabricator croaker's platoon. To catch them, I need your help." On which he to say that "Okay, I'll just come in a while." Now the nanny was shown to us with a girl in a club, after which they both come and sit in the auto. But also suddenly someone breaks the glass on this girl and attacks her veritably poorly, due to which she failed there. Now seeing this, the nanny was veritably spooked, but in a little while someone also grabs her by the hair and drags her from there and takes her down, and she was incontinently made unconscious. Now when Gabriel's croaker companion was working at a place, also Gabriel's caretaker came to him, but also someone comes then, who had put a mask on his face and had a rod in his hand. That masked man attacks the croaker with a rod, due to which he came unconscious there. Now the caretaker was sitting in the restroom and taking the medicine. When she came out of there, someone attacks her from the door and drops her down, and also she's also caught and made unconscious. Now Gabriel is shown to us, who was preparing to leave after sacking his former cases, and on the phone, she was still working to trap new cases. When she was filling plutocrat in the bag, someone entered her house. That person pushed so hard into the house that the glass of the table broke. Due to this, Gabriel got spooked, and she tries to get out of then by sitting in her auto. But also that masked man comes in front of her, seeing whom she doesn't move the auto forward. And also from the last seat, Jigsaw puts an injection of unconsciousness in his neck. But before getting unconscious, the masked man who was actually with Jigsaw, she removes her mask. We set about that this is Amanda, who had helped Jigsaw to trap people numerous times ahead. She has been with him for a long time. Now she had captured the whole platoon of croakers, including Gabriel. When everyone came to their senses, they set up themselves in Gabriel's plant, where Jigsaw and Amanda come in front of them. Gabriel asks, "Why are you doing this to us?" Jigsaw replied that you know more why I did this. Again came to the nanny and says that as always, you're all trapped in my traps. He told the nanny that moment, "I'll play the game with you first. You'll be given 3 twinkles, which you have to remove your leg with my own armament and fill it in the other box. But yes, the box should be full. Still, also you can survive if you do this. Else, the line attached to your neck will remove your neck." Saying this, Jigsaw turned on the machine and tells the rest that now you watch the game played with the nanny, and a chance to survive like this will also be given to you. Now Jigsaw shows Gabriel the entire list of those cases whom he'd pillaged. He says that this is veritably wrong. You have no humanity in you. You have taken advantage of so numerous helpless people's helplessness. You have crossed all the limits whose discipline you'll now get with your companions. Saying this, Jigsaw and Amanda leave from there. Now the time has started. To save his life, the nanny starts removing Jigsaw's leg with the armament, in which she was in a lot of pain. She ever remove her leg, but by doing this, she started suffering in pain. She starts breathing hard. She also started filling the blood in the box, but she was suitable to fill half the box. And because she didn't do this on time, now her neck is removed with a sharp line, and her head falls piecemeal from the figure. It was a veritably horrible sight. Seeing the nanny's companion, a lot of gashes go, and through the camera, Jigsaw and Amanda were also seeing this thing, after which they come back to these two. Then Gabriel says that you people leave me. I can get you treated from a good place, but now the time is gone. That is why Jigsaw doesn't hear to him. Meanwhile, a case came out screaming and saying, "Gabriel, give me my plutocrat back." Now hearkening to his voice, Jigsaw and Amanda brought him outside. They kill him and make him unconscious. When he regains knowledge, he's suitable to get out of his president. He tells Jigsaw that Gabriel took the plutocrat from me, but didn't treat me, on which Jigsaw shows the camera to all those people and tells them that they do this to everyone. So to educate them assignment, I locked myself. A nanny has formerly been penalized, while the rest of them are still being penalized. The case says that these people are veritably cheap. Jigsaw answered. Also, they're being penalized in such a way that he shows the pieces of the nanny's figure. Seeing this, the case is fully deaf. He says that I allowed it would be a common discipline, but such a discipline, you people are veritably dangerous. Jigsaw said, yes, we're like this, but now you'll see what will be to us with these people, with whom Gabriel's croaker companion was shown then. Now it was his turn, whose face was stuck in a dangerous iron mask and traps. Now he puts his favorite Jigsaw mask on his face and sits on the bike, after which he sends the surgery outfit, tape recording archivist and camera in front of the croaker. Now as soon as the croaker runs the tape recording archivist, Jigsaw says that you have 3 twinkles. You have to operate the brain by looking at your head through the camera, and you have to remove a piece of your brain and put it in the bottle lying in front. Still, it's okay if you do this, if you have time. Else, these acid masks, which work like a cinch, will keep your mouth in the middle and close, and your mouth will rot from acid. It'll be a terrible death, with which the archivist was closed. Now the croaker didn't want to do this, on which Gabriel and the caretaker explained to him that if you don't do this, also your Asher will also be like a nanny. Now the croaker was in a veritably bad condition due to fear, and he agreed to do this. He snappily takes a tool and removes his head, and he started bleeding veritably snappily. Also, he removes a piece of his brain and puts it in the bottle. But now the time was over. He didn't do this on time. That is why the acid mask was closed, which burned his whole face. His skin melted, and such a terrible death happens to him. Now sitting on the cycle, Jigsaw came to the caretaker and gives him a tape recording archivist, but he throws it down, which he broke. Seeing this, Jigsaw felt veritably bad, tells him that you shouldn't have done this. After which he pulls a leg and a hand of the caretaker with 2 chains, and he flies it in the air. Then in front of the caretaker, a radiation, such a dangerous toxic machine was brought. There was also a stick there. Jigsaw tells him that radiation will be put on you, with which you'll start burning. Still, you have to hit the stick. If you want to escape from this, you have to give up 1 leg and 1 hand, with which radiation was started on him. She takes the stick and started hitting her leg hard. But in doing this, it's egregious that he to face a lot of pain. But eventually, he broke one of his legs by hitting. Now, because of the radiation, his condition has come veritably bad. She was also veritably weak. In a little while, Jigsaw starts putting radiation on him again, and now she started hitting her hand with the stick. As soon as she breaks her hand, she falls down, but her condition was about to die. In the meantime, the case came up free from the bottom. He also had a gun, which he puts on Jigsaw and tells Amanda to give me the key to open the gate, else I'll kill Jigsaw, on which Amanda incontinently gives him the key. He also brought them to Gabriel and tells Amanda to open it. She does this, but as soon as she's free, Gabriel starts killing Amanda. The case tells Jigsaw to immure himself in that trap. Also without fear, Jigsaw did this. He himself goes and imprisons himself in the trap of Gabriel. But with this, Amanda gets angry. Now then, Gabriel tells that this case is my friend, and this is also a part of our platoon. Hearing this, Amanda says that all of you're veritably cheap. Now Jigsaw tells her to please leave Amanda. Let her go from then. She isn't at fault in all this. In fact, she was just supporting me. But Gabriel hears her and says that you were Jigsaw. I had formerly known this. After which she sees that little boy in the camera, who was playing football outside. Seeing him, Gabriel grabs him and brings him outside and tells Jigsaw that you love him veritably much. So take it. Moment the same thing will be to him too. What we're going to do with you. Saying this, she also ties the child with Jigsaw. Seeing this, Jigsaw says that this is a small child. What's his fault? Leave him. Please, your plutocrat is lying on top. You can take it and go from then. On which Gabriel laughs and says that no. Now I also want to see how you save yourself from your own trap. As soon as he says, Gabriel's friend runs the trap, in which his hands, legs, and neck-tied chains were pulled, and he's laid down like this. The coming moment, 2 big pipes were brought in front of him, through which mortal meat-filled dirty blood is poured on his face. But then it happened that suddenly the blood stopped trickling from one pipe, and that pipe was of the child. Seeing blood trickling on Jigsaw's face, the child pulls his liver, due to which Jigsaw's blood stopped, and now blood started trickling on the child. Similar, Jigsaw got a chance to breathe, and in this way, they constantly drop blood on themselves and save each other's life. Seeing this, Amanda gets veritably angry. Also, Gabriel tells his friend that we should get out of then. Saying this, they both came to the office. Now Amanda takes her bag from one place. We saw that the timekeeper behind the bag started, due to which Jigsaw's blood trap is also closed, and the office where they were both is also locked. So now this secret is revealed that all this was actually Jigsaw's plan, because before that, the motorist had told him that the case was Gabriel's friend and is a part of our platoon. So when Gabriel was caught, they contacted him on his phone and called his friend to the plant. And now these two, who were locked in the office, look outdoors, where they see Jigsaw, Amanda, and that child, who was now fully free, and also Jigsaw's recording starts in the office. He says that in a little while, the toxic gas will be released then, and you can save your life by taking your mouth out of a hole. But there's a problem. There's only one hole then to take your mouth out, so only one of you can survive. Now you have to decide who'll die and who'll survive. And also with this, the toxic gas is released in the office, where they both started suffering. She also tries to break the office with this president, but there's no use. Now then, Gabriel finds a hole and takes his mouth out of it. Seeing this, his friend got angry, and he takes his mouth out by putting it away. Now Gabriel is angry. She attacks her friend. She first beats him a lot by putting him back outside, and also she kills him with a cutter, after which she takes her mouth out of the hole, and Jigsaw, Amanda, and the child give Gabriel's plutocrat lying there. They take it and start leaving from then. Now as soon as the time's over, the gas is out, and in this way, she saves Gabriel's life. But now that the office is locked, she'll be stuck then. And suffering, she'll also die. She'll be penalized for what she did, like the rest who used to maraud people. While Jigsaw, Amanda, and that child happily leave from there. After this, we were shown the owner of the hotel, who actually sent Jigsaw near Gabriel because he was also with them, which someone now catches. And with this, the story of this film ends here. Thank you.